may check on it.
Okay.
This
Cause
year,
I'm wondering if that's only supposed to be limited to when the service of alcohol is gonna be there, which would make
this
sense.
year has the alcohol portion starting at 9 AM.
Nice.
But can you just check, I don't think that that's correct, check with Dawn. But
Well,
I
it
think
says
it's,
5 right now.
There's no blue laws.
right, but I'm not
Who
sure.
says you can't drink before 9 AM?
Yeah,
I said
there's no more blue laws.
Bloody Mary,
Last week doing that.
not in
5
Grangeville
o'clock
Park.
somewhere.
No, I wasn't there.
It was 5 o'clock somewhere.
Oh, it definitely was.
Yeah.
AM, PM, didn't matter.
Absolutely.
Yes, she's just finishing.
That's fine.
Before we get started, is there a Reverend Daniel Oriella here? All right. Go back to talking.
Well, we just have a few minutes delay, we'll get started in just a couple minutes.
You might just have to, just go a tad slower on your resolutions today.
Okay.
If I'm not in the right spot with this,
Okay.
it doesn't move on me, and there's a couple that are very long.
Okay, yep, there's one that's like 53 pages.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay,
What's
so
that?
the bid labor, they're declining, the person who we were going to hire for that one.
So we can either table it or just don't vote on it, obviously.
Yeah, we can take it.
Table it,
Yeah.
Okay.
once we get somebody else.
We table it now?
I say no.
What? Yep, okay, that portion's 5, the whole event is 9 to 5, but the alcohol remains 5 to whatever.
Okay, so that paragraph reads correctly the way it is.
That paragraph reads,
Okay, okay.
I'm sorry, so which number was it, the bid one? That was
It should be
21?
late maybe, or like towards the end.
Yep, 621.
Okay.
So Diane, you heard that, right? 621, we're going to table, the person has declined. Declan, blah, 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 blah.
Number what's the resolution is?
621. It was the hiring for the bid, the part-time bid person. We are, but the person declined. Yeah.
See how good Trump's America is?
I think 657 is all right the way it is.
What was that?
Police Officer Roberts, resolution,
Yeah, but it has, it's rescinding,
it's accepting the postponement of his retirement, and it's rescinding the resolution retroactive to the date of that resolution.
yeah, but I don't think it should be a postponement of his retirement, I think it's rescinding his retirement papers, because otherwise he stays within that 4-month window of being able to retire. Okay. Right? You don't wanna stay in that 4-month window. That you have to notify?
How many union people here today? Raise your hands. How many work in air conditioning?
Okay. Okay, thank you. Today is August 7th, 2018. It is now, 2:17. We will be starting our town board meeting. If we can all rise for the pledge. Tim, would you like to read this?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And
Tim, Jim, do you want me to turn it over? Do you wanna?
normally this is the time where we introduce our faith community to come and lead us in invocation. Is Reverend Daniel Oriella here? to that, we won't have an invocation today, but just remember, be civil, because you're being watched.
All right, I will start off today's meeting with a couple of announcements, and then we'll move to the honoring of Robin Halpin, the Employee of the Quarter, and then we also have, some of our poster contest winners here tonight from the National Night Out. So just a few announcements, if you're gonna be in Riverhead, this is the weekend to be in Riverhead, because we have a lot of stuff going on. On Thursday night at starting at 5 o'clock, we have our, Alive on 25, and we'd like to thank the BID for all their hard work in, coordinating the events. This is the last of the Alive on 25s, so, I encourage you to get out and enjoy the evening. We will also have Arts in the Parks Reflections starting on that day, which starts Thursday at 9 AM in Grangeville Park and runs through 10 PM at night. This is a walkable, interactive experience for visitors to the park with a daytime art show and a nighttime light show illuminating the arts displays. So the lit displays will be starting at 7 PM. So that's gonna be a really exciting event. That's on Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night, and they will have 2 additional nights in September. We also have the Friday night concert series, which continues this Friday at 7 PM in Polonaise Park. And this week is, who are those guys?
Who are those guys?
Which is a classic rock band. And then on Saturday, we have the Cardboard Boat Race, which is returning, to the, riverfront there. That will be at 9 AM, and once again, we thank the BID and the Chamber for putting this together. And of course, we have the hula hoop contest at 11:30, and I will also be racing against, Jay Schneiderman in the Cardboard Boat Race, so hopefully they'll move the,
Supervisor race at 12 o'clock, make
yeah,
sure
they'll
you're
move
there
the
for
course
that.
a little closer, I'm hoping.
We will.
And then we are also seeking applicants for the Independent Audit Committee. The ideal candidate is a resident of Riverhead who hopes to improve our community through volunteering their time and energy in an effort to make our town transparent and fiscally responsible as possible. If interested applicants can submit their, cover letters and resumes by this Friday, August 10th, to, Diane Wilhelm in the town clerk's office. So those are my announcements, and at this point,
I just have one quick one, Stop the Violence.
oh, I'm sorry, yeah, I didn't.
Do you have
The
that?
Stop the Violence tournament is also on, Horton Avenue this Saturday and Sunday. That's the basketball tournament, and I believe that starts at 8 or 9?
I'm gonna say 9.
9 o'clock, but I'll find out and clarify that before we finish the meeting today. All right? So, we're ready? Yep. All right, if we could, do we wanna join down here? Can I call up Robin Halpin?
You wanna
Cool.
approve minutes first?
Yeah. What's that?
Wanna approve minutes first, or?
We'll go back, yeah, we'll get this one. So Robin, this is for you. We are honoring you upon the occasion of receiving the Town of Riverhead Employee of the Quarter 2018. So I'll read part of this, and I know that a couple people wanna come say a few words. So, let it be known that as a result of Robin Halpin's hard work and dedication, the Labor Management Committee has recently named her Employee of the Quarter for the second quarter of 2018. And furthermore, the town board wishes to congratulate employee Robin Halpin for being chosen by the Riverhead Town Labor Management Committee as Employee of the Quarter in consideration of her efficient and courteous performance while fulfilling her professional obligations to the town of Riverhead. And now, therefore, I, along with my fellow board members, do hereby congratulate you on being bestowed the Employee of the Quarter Award and urge all citizens and employees to join in and sustaining public awareness of this vital member of our town throughout the year. So we proclaim this the 7th day of August, 2018. So congratulations. And then we have a few people that would like to get up and say a few things. Go ahead.
I just wanna thank everybody in this room for coming here to, recognize Robin today. I know that's what you're here for, it's a great turnout, thank you very much. Robin was nominated, as Employee of the Quarter from, a large variety of, other people who were, submitted their applications as well. She's a hard-working, dedicated employee, she gets along with everybody, helps everyone on the phone all the time, and, Tommy Kruger here, the Assistant Superintendent of the Water District, is here to say a few words as well.
I know she wants me to keep it short. She's well deserving of it, her work speaks for itself, she's a huge asset to the town, the water department and the town, very lucky to have her.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I missed Michael, wait. We'll take a couple more.
He always has to wait for.
Thank you, congratulations again, thank you for all your hard work.
Congratulations. Thank you, Robin. Congratulations. Congratulations.
I'm sorry.
And we will stay down here for a few more minutes, if I could have Chief Hagermiller and Lieutenant Bowden come up.
For the first time ever.
Now announcing.
Oh my God, 20 minutes.
So we have, this is our National Night Out poster contest, so I will turn it over, you wanna go for it? I have certificates, so if you would. I
can do the winners if you want.
Why don't we do that, and then we'll have them come up, and then we can hand over.
I'll do it. If you don't know, National Night Out is something that was started 35 years ago. It's nationwide, I think it's actually worldwide now, where communities get together, always on the first Tuesday of August. It's a show of support and unity, to fight crime, to keep the neighborhood safe. In Riverhead, for the last, I don't know, maybe not 35, but at least 32 that I've been around, we've been doing this as a police department, and we started off every year with a poster contest. If you look up on the wall over there, there are posters that were done at the, Riverhead, Youth, Summer Program. We do a presentation on crime prevention, and then they do a posters, and the winners were chosen, and I think most of the winners are here today, so they've been sitting here for a little while. So we will get them up here in a moment, but thank you to the support of the town board, Chief Hagermiller. We'll be out tonight doing some neighborhood watch things, some block parties. If anyone's interested in doing crime prevention, get a hold of the police department. We'd be happy to set you up and get you going, so you can become a neighborhood watch. If you don't participate in National Night Out, still a great night. Hopefully it cools down a couple degrees by this evening. Turn your lights on, go outside, see your neighbors, enjoy, your neighborhood, see what's going on. That's what we encourage you to do. Alrighty? So at this point, I think we'll call up the winners.
Yep, and then on behalf of the town, we have a certificate of recognition for each one of the winners. And I believe there's also a few little goodie gifts, which is good too.
We're gonna start off with the 5 and 6 year olds. And I think pretty much everyone's here today. There's a couple that may be missing. But first place for the 5 and 6 year old age group is Caitlin Ortiz Sullivan. So she wants to come up. Caitlin got 2 tickets to the Long Island Aquarium, and also a gift card to Friendly. Caitlin, what's close up there? This one. One all the way on the left? Great job. Very good.
And Caitlin, then we're gonna have you come around, because we're gonna have everybody come up and then take a picture together, okay?
Second place for the 6-year-old group is Connor Miller. Connor's here. Connor gets a $25 gift certificate to Target, courtesy of the Riverhead PBA. Connor, what you supposed to do? Point it out. Alright, that one, there we go, great job. Third place, 6-year-old, I don't know if she's here or not, Kaya Skabadzinski. Hope I didn't say that wrong, I'm sure I did. Kayla, she's not here. Okay. We'll put you on the side, or you wanna take it for her? Okay.
Should've told us before we said the name.
Yeah, I'm sure. Right. 7 and 8-year-old group, first place, Katie Davis. Casey Joe Hubbard. Casey Joe. Okay, that was a, gift card to Target. Third place, Emil Zaleski. Emil, there we go. Has two tickets to the aquarium and some Moe's Southwest bucks. All right, 9 to 12-year-olds, the last group, first place, Emma Kennedy. She's someplace cool, she's on vacation. That's second place. Second place, 11-year-old Christina Langhorn. And third place, 10-year-old Connor Downs. Great job, boys and girls, thank you. Good, thank you guys.
Okay, thank you guys.
So you taking all those? Okay, thank you. You got it.
Pencil head, I don't know what that.
Back to school pencil.
I got one. Okay.
For you.
Nice.
Alrighty. Goodies and everything. Yes. Unless you will get another one. Yeah. Alright, so we will now move along here. I will, can I have a first and second to approve the meeting for town board of July 17th, 2018? Minutes, what did I say?
I'll make a motion.
Approve the minutes. Seconded? Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
The minutes are approved.
Alright, and I'll turn it over to you, Dana, for reports and correspondence.
Under reports, the tax receiver June utility collection report was $312,799.72. Town clerk July monthly report was $10,593. Under correspondence, there was a letter from Ellen Hoyle, in response to the public hearing of July 17th regarding the proposed special permit application of North House Vineyards for bistro use at Jamesport Vineyard, Main Road, Jamesport. Letter from Steamfitters Local 638, and that was in response to the public hearing of July 17th regarding the proposed amendments to Riverhead's procurement policy. There was a letter from the Empire State Chapter of the Associated Builders and Contractors. That was in response to, also to the public hearing of July 17th regarding proposed amendments to Riverhead's procurement policy. A letter from Brian Langlos, I hope I'm saying that right. He's the campaign organizer with Oceana. Oceana, and his letter was in opposition to offshore drilling. There were 16 letters requesting the town board to vote that Calverton Aviation and Technology is not qualified and eligible to purchase 1,640 acres of EPCAL land. And that's it.
Okay, thank you. like that. All right, so now we will move on to public hearings. The first public hearing was to begin at 2:05. It is now 2:34. It's the consideration of a special permit application from the Glass Greenhouse to establish a bistro use at 1350 Main Road, Jamesport, New York, Suffolk County Tax Map 600-68-1-20. I believe Jared Weber is coming up. If you'll come up and just introduce yourself. Yes.
Jared Weber, Weber Law Group, 290 Broad Hollow Road, Suite 200E. We are attorneys for the applicant, Walter Gableson, and the Glass Greenhouse. We come before the town board on the special permit application pursuant to the controlling zoning code that, under a special permit, a bistro is a permitted use. And I have with me the applicant who would like to, say a few things with regard to the application.
Okay.
Before we do that, Attorney Weber did advise me that he, did serve the, letters, the certified mailings were sent out and the property was posted.
Yes, it was.
However, the affidavits of mailing were inadvertently left at the law office. You're gonna make a representation on the record that they were in fact done in a timely
Absolutely.
manner in accordance with the code.
Absolutely, and they will be in Two Riverhead tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Gableson, before you start, I'm gonna ask you to raise your right hand and repeat after me. You swear that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in connection with the special permit application? Thank you.
My name is Walt Gabrielson. I'm the owner of the Glass Greenhouse located at 1350 the main road in Jamesport. I'm a 50-year resident of the town of Jamesport. My family has farmed field crops and greenhouse flowers for over 100 years in the town of Jamesport. I'm coming before the town board for a special permit for a bistro, which is an allowable use in a RLC zoning. We have existing greenhouses and a farm market on the property. We have farmed this parcel for over 18 years. The bistro will exist along with the farm market, but will be in a separate area of the building. There will be no changes in the submitted site plan, and there will be no physical changes in the structure itself. Parking with handicap spaces meets all of town specifications. 30-foot New York State DOT approval curb cut is in place and was approved. The sanitary system has been approved by Suffolk County Health Department for a 15-seat bistro, and also a Health Department approved kitchen is also in place. We have a fenced-in dumpster storage area and an unloading area, which is located behind the building and it has no visuals from the road. We expect about 2 to 3 trucks a week for deliveries, and these are mostly morning deliveries. The kitchen and building is inspected annually by the Riverhead Town Fire Marshal, and the building meets all fire and safety codes. The Riverhead Town Building Department has made all building inspections, and we were issued a temporary CO. We are enrolled by the New York State Department of Agriculture and Markets in Agricultural District Number 7. We have a food processing license through them and are inspected annually by New York State Ag and Markets food inspectors. We also have Suffolk County Food Managers certificates to handle food. The bistro will serve soup, salads, and sandwiches, along with some desserts and soft beverages. No alcohol will be served. The bistro will help supplement income for the farm on the winter off season. Increasing overhead on the farm with higher taxes, increasing insurance premiums, and rising debt servicing makes the bistro a very important part of the financial survival of this farm. Thank you.
I just had one question. I know I had asked you previously. I know you have some of the porches out there. Do you plan on, adding seating out in the front porch area there in excess of the 15 seats?
In the front porches, we have park benches, which we have scattered around the greenhouse all over. We have older people that come, and even in the greenhouse, we have the benches because they have to sit down.
So So you're not looking to put table service out on the front porches
No,
also?
there'd be no tables on the front porch at all. The bistro itself will be located in the back area in a separate place, and that's where the seats will be with the tables. But, there'll be no tables on the front
On the
porch.
front porch, okay.
I just have a couple of questions for the attorney. There's certain criteria in the special permit applications that's required in the town code, and you haven't addressed the special criteria items and the tests of the issuance of a special permit. So if you're not prepared to do so today, I will do as I have done with other.
Oh,
I will do as I have done with other applicants and just ask you to identify those criteria items that we are judging this special permit application on, so that you can ask the questions and provide the answers.
That is fine.
Okay, so we must have that before the public comment period is closed.
Yes, well, with regard to the special permit, will not affect the community character.
That's 287B. We're looking at the criteria of special permit in the
I
town.
do not have that in front of me currently. If the board would like to ask me the questions, I will certainly address the issues.
I think it's the code itself, right?
Right.
It's three
301,
twelve,
312.
Right, A through R. So if you could look at the town code A through R and just return a comment on that for each one of the items.
Return a comment on that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do not currently have the A through R in front of me. If I may,
Yeah.
I will.
Within the next 10 days.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And are there any other issues to be addressed?
Did we get into hours of operation?
I don't think,
Or days?
the planned hours of operation and the days of operation,
8 to 6,
7
8
days a
AM
week?
to 6 PM.
7 days a week.
The hours of operation, I don't believe are going to be expanded at all from the greenhouse itself.
That's, okay.
And is Brad here? Cause I believe there was, the impervious surface. Coverage, Brad, was that an issue on this special permit application?
Greg, who's reviewed this property? Would you wanna address that, are you prepared to address that?
Are any variances necessary? None.
There's no additional site work proposed, so the site will remain as is, there's no additional impervious, they're not adding anything to the building, so it's not gonna change the site, not requiring anything.
No variances are required, thank you. Okay.
So basically, it's just an added convenience for your people who go there.
The customers,
And it's 15 seats that you're adding an additional 15 seats?
yes.
Any other questions from the board?
No.
Is there anybody from the public that would like to comment? Okay, seems nobody, I will close. Oh, sorry.
Sal Mastropolo, Calverton.
Swear the testimony about to give the truth, no whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God, sir.
I do.
Thank you.
Actually, I'm not giving testimony, I have questions.
Okay.
Isn't the town in litigation with the glass greenhouse over violation of the farm stand products that are sold there?
Question over 60/40, yes.
Okay, then I make a suggestion that no decision is made until that litigation is over. Why should we expand a problem that already exists by approving a special permit if we haven't settled any of the litigation on the prior issues?
Take it under advisement, I don't think there's anything in the code or in by law that would prevent them from making an application for lawful use though, even though
I
there's
didn't say the
litigation.
application, I said the approval.
Okay.
They made
Got it.
application, now the question is, are we gonna approve it before we settle the litigation? Thank you.
Good point, thank you.
If I may address this issue with the board, when they come up, I have a letter to the board stating that the letter states that well, first, the genesis of the litigation, is with regard to, under 301-283-2, the definition of a farm stand, the 60-40 split. The letter I have submitted, states that the applicant will comply with the, requirements of the definition, that the farm stand may include, the sale of regionally produced agricultural products and enhanced agricultural products, provided that the regionally produced agricultural products and enhanced agricultural products shall not exceed 40% of the products offered for sale. My client will comply with that, which is the crux of the litigation with the town, and I believe that, the store is now the farm stand is now in compliance with that, as well as going forward, there's a representation that it will be, which means that the litigation should be able to be concluded.
The greenhouse and the farm stand are considered separate, or are you, with the 40%, are you doing the contents of both of those together? For the 40%?
Greenhouse and the farm market is one business. Everything is put in one account. The farm stand would have a 60-40. And the greenhouse is like 97-2, 97-3.
So you're not combining the two of them to come up with the 40?
I'm not combining them at all. They'd be individual entities.
Okay.
And I believe they're also on individual parcels as well.
I know, previously, I think there was a question of whether you were combining the numbers. So you're in compliance now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, pursuant to the letter, there'll be compliance going forward, so as I believe, my understanding of the litigation is I've worked, with the town attorney on this litigation for the years that it's been, proceeding, that is the issue of the litigation, which has now been, ameliorated, as well as, the secondary issues of the, CO, but the CO, from my understanding, was held up because of the 60-40, so that shouldn't be an issue going forward.
Okay. Any other questions at this time? Anybody else wanted to come up and comment? Have a question? Seeing nobody, I will close the, go ahead. Did you wanna comment on this? Okay.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. Do you swear the testimony you're going to give be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. And state your name for the record.
My name is Ken LaBona. I live at 4 Ida Lane, Aqua Park, which is right around the corner from the applicant. I've lived in Aqua Park for 22 years. Good afternoon, Madam Supervisor and members of the town board. I support this application. Why not? It's good business. This man and his family has lived here forever and ever and ever. As long as it meets all the laws and application of the town of Riverhead, go for it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Seeing nobody and hearing no others, we will close the public hearing and leave it open for, we will close the, public hearing and leave it open for written comment until August 17th. So we hope to get your responses before the 17th.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
At this time, we will move on to the second public hearing, which is the consideration of a proposed local law to amend chapter 231 of the Code of the Town of Riverhead entitled Fire Prevention. It is now 2:47.
So, Brad Hammond, Chief Building Inspector, as well as representative from the Code Revision Committee, and I have Craig Zidek here, the Chief Fire Marshal. We're looking at the operating costs of the Fire Marshal's office and finding that there's a great disparity with the amount of work that these few men have to put in and the requirements from the New York State law with respect to keeping operating permits for both assembly spaces and also all commercial spaces that are not otherwise covered by an operating permit. So the thrust of this law is really twofold. One is to establish a fee for the assembly spaces, which Craig will speak to the amount of work that goes into that. We feel it's still a modest amount. Also establish a triennial inspection and fee that goes along with that to help bring some parity to the revenue that goes along with the expenses that the Fire Marshal's office is stuck with putting out.
Good afternoon. Places of assembly permits that we have to inspect generally tend to be rather large. Some of them is 1,000 people or more. So it takes quite a bit of time to inspect them. There's a number of things that need to be looked at and addressed. There's usually many issues, as well as quite often numerous re-inspections are required in order to get everything corrected. There's also includes fire alarm systems, fire sprinkler systems, commercial kitchens and so forth that are all part of those inspections. And at this time, the town currently does not charge anything for those inspections, and as I said, it takes quite a bit of time to get through those.
Is there any questions from the board? Anybody from the public that would like to come up and comment?
What would place of assembly, how is that defined? Is that any place that?
It's any place that's used as an assembly place, so that would be places of worship, churches, which, again, the town board may wish to exempt, that's up to you, but also places like Suffolk Theater, any of the restaurants that have over 50 people are required to have a place of assembly inspection every year. We have Splish Splash, which is another Splish Splash water park, which takes probably about half a day to go through all the different venues that are there and take a look at everything. Any place where people gather, where drinks or alcohol may be served, again, if it's over 50 people, it's considered a place of assembly. If it's under 50 people, the state code considers it a business.
Anybody else? Seeing nobody, I will close the public hearing and leave it open for written comment until August 17th. Thank you. And at this time, we'll move on to our third public hearing. That was to begin at 2:20. It is now 2:50. The consideration of a proposed local law to amend chapter 301 of the Code of the Town of Riverhead entitled Zoning and Land Development, Article 46, Site Plan Review.
Jefferson Murphy, Town Planning and Building Administrator. Through Code Committee, we've been looking at all the application fees, site plan, subdivision, fire marshal fees, building department fees. When we reviewed the site plan review fees, we noticed a huge disparity between site plan application fees for buildings that are located on a flat surface, such as a shopping center, and the buildings are 1 story in size, versus buildings that are located in the downtown on relatively small sites, but are more than 1 story tall. Those applications in the downtown require as much, if not more, application review time of staff than a traditional strip commercial shopping center on Route 58. But the application fees do not account for building height. The building height would be encompassed and captured by this proposed law, so that it would capture what the amount of real time that staff spends in reviewing these applications. For example, a project that's currently under construction in downtown paid, and it's a 5-story building, paid $4,000 in application review fees. With the new law, it would be closer to $19,000 review fee, and that application took a tremendous amount of staff time to review it.
Any questions?
The only question I have, and it's probably more symmetrical, but these are properties that are getting improved?
Yes.
And these are properties that tax rates are gonna go higher on because they're improved?
They were vacant and are going to be increased, yes.
Right, so I'm just, they're also taxpayers as well, so I understand that it has to be a correlation between the work done, but I don't know what formula is used to determine that 19,000, is it every employee is hourly rate with, and all that stuff?
Oh, in terms of staff time?
We have the rate set already, the rate's been set, this particular rate's been set for how
Yes.
long? Alright, so basically what it is, it's set if something is, you know, the portion that it covers on a lot, but what's happening is, and they're having to review that space, but when you start going vertical, they're just getting charged for what the first floor is, and not the full review up, so that's the difference.
I just wanted, it's just a slippery slope, I just wanna be careful, that's not double tax, you know, you're hitting them,
We just want to equal the playing field between the application fees for Route 58 development versus small lots, but are taller buildings in the downtown area.
And there is an overall cap, so you can't exceed the cap.
Yeah, there's a $30,000 application fee cap.
Any Anybody else? Anybody from the public like to comment? Seeing nobody, I will close the public hearing and leave it open till August 17th for written comment. At this time, we will move on to our fourth public hearing, which was to begin at 2:25. It is now 2:54. The consideration of a proposed local law to amend chapter 251 of the Code of the Town of Riverhead entitled Noise, Public Nuisance, and Property Maintenance, Article 3, Rubbish, Refuse, and Rank Vegetation, Bamboo. If anybody would like to comment on this?
Oh, boy.
Hello, I'm back again. This is Carol Isles from the Long Island Nursery Landscape Association. I'm the current president. This is the third time that we've been back on the public comments, and I know that it wasn't ideal for you guys to have to do these many rewrites, but today I'm back just to thank you. Thank you for persevering. Thank you for listening to our comments. Thank you for listening to Nora Kalin at Cornell and Jonathan Lair over at Farmingdale State College and their expertise in horticulture. As far as Linla is concerned, our members would like to thank you for protecting them financially, the growers who grow the products, the re-wholesalers, and the designers who use clumping bamboo as part of their horticultural palette. It is a horticulturally valuable product, and I just wanted to thank you for making sure that we still have access to that. The running bamboo, we obviously from the very beginning had said that it is the most egregious culprits are banned by New York State, and your job is to protect the property owners and the citizens of Riverhead, and I believe that this rewrite does do that while still preserving the clumping bamboo for horticultural purposes. And I just want to thank you very much for sticking with it and doing the right thing, and, as opposed to the easy thing. So.
Thank you, and thank you for continuing to come back.
Has to be done right.
Thank you for your comments, and we certainly do value our farming community, and I'm glad we were able to make this work, and I'm glad this was our last public hearing.
We have one more comment, I think?
Yeah, hi, Dwight Andrews. I'm a landscape designer, horticulturalist. I'm also a member of LISMA SRC, that is Long Island Invasive Species Area Management Council Scientific Review Committee.
Wow.
We are the group that did the work initially on all the invasive species assessment in New York State and Suffolk County and Nassau County. Bamboo was one of the materials we looked at, specifically Phyllostachys, the running bamboos as you call them. And again, I would like to reiterate what Carol said. Thank you for not just folding and listening to logic and science. And as a member of a scientific review committee, it's nice to see that voice was heard and taken into consideration. So thank you, and we appreciate your efforts.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I can tell you, I was down in Florida last month, and actually there was a clumping bamboo that was used as a screen between properties. It was beautiful, a beautiful plant.
That's the idea. Rodney Anderson, of course, is Carol. I've been here a number of times. You guys all know me by now. At the same time, I believe this could have been made a little bit broader, a little more open, because the idea of running bamboos, as I said, there's some that are only 3 inches tall. They get banned under this, but I do thank you very much for you guys taking the time to get the education, to listen, to work with us, to try to go through this whole process. And I know you use some other towns' codes who knew nothing of what they were doing. They just made a blanket code. And I know initially you guys kind of followed that, and I'm glad you took the time to reassess things and see that there's more to it than that, especially from the agricultural community and the landscape community out here. So I also appreciate it very much that you guys took the time to reassess and redo all of this.
Thanks
for your help.
We have to thank Cooperative Extension, who helped us a lot.
And anybody else would like to comment? Seeing nobody else, I will close the public hearing and leave it open till August 17th for written comment. At this time, we will move on to our resolution, so if there's anybody who would like to come up and comment on resolutions before we start, now would be. Did you hear somebody on the roof?
Running?
Did you hear somebody? Alright, did you hear?
I thought I heard something up there.
Yeah.
What's that? There might be something out there.
Just check if somebody's on the roof, thank you.
You wouldn't hear it. Here it is.
No.
Running bamboo.
That's what I just said. Ha, 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 ha.
Tim and I are so funny.
Alright, Sal.
Okay.
Sal Mastropolo, Calverton. Resolution 615. On the first whereas, check the date, I think that should be July 17, 2018.
Correct. So it's the first whereas should be 2018?
That's it? You guys are good. You guys are good.
Almost got them all.
Somebody else? Somebody else?
Oh, did some,
Can you pull the mic down to you?
I just have a few comments to make. I'd like to know when this goes into effect immediately.
I believe it's written in the resolution.
I didn't see it, but that doesn't mean anything.
Which number is that again? I'm just checking the back, hang on a second. Yeah, I mean, it does take a little to file with the state. It's in the back. Okay, this is in guideline 6, 2. Is that, so it will be as soon as it gets filed? I'm just looking,
Okay.
Yes,
Right.
effective upon filing with the Secretary of State.
Yeah, it would be effective on filing with the Secretary of State. It probably usually takes maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks around there, Fran, you think? At the very most. At the very most.
Okay. I also have another comment because I think that this will increase the Riverhead taxpayers' tax bill because there will be less competition from other Riverhead companies who will now not be able to bid on it. So I think people should think about that. I do believe that probably an apprenticeship program or training is good in some ways, but I think we already pay for school taxes, we pay for BOCES, so I just think it's something to keep in mind, that this is going to just less competition increases your taxes. And someone had mentioned the safety, and I know all these guys and all private guys have OSHA cards. They have to take those OSHA classes. So they are all OSHA trained. Most of them 10 or 30 hours of OSHA training. So I just wanted you all to think about that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Matthew Arisich. I am the president of the Building Construction Trades Council of Nassau and Suffolk. Thank you for the members of the board and Supervisor Smith. The Nassau-Suffolk Building Trades Council is in full support of the legislation, which is actually Resolution 634. The opportunities for Long Island and for its residents with opportunities here, instead of opportunities where they have to travel to the city. It can save as much as 3.5 to 4 hours in commuting time a day once we start to establish some of the work here. That's the reason why we want to make sure that some of this apprentice language is actually really, really important for here. Safety concerns are actually drastically mitigated on the large projects. These are the whole concerns of why we wanted to make sure that this legislation goes through. A platform to entice developers, a qualified supply of quality craftsmen. The Opportunities Long Island, which is another apprentice program. It's been 18 years in the making to go ahead and do this. And I could tell you that by the show of the people that are in here, I'm sure that labor is in the house, am I right? We understand the importance of the local contractors. We understand that we want to monitor the local contractors to make sure they're not squeezed out of some of this work as well. You can understand that in our particular position, safety is the primary concern. That is the primary concern, which is why apprentice programs are so important. We want to understand that there are more ABC apprentice programs than there are union contracting programs. Another thing that most people don't realize. We also, in this whole situation of trying to make this work for everybody, understand that there's a carve-out for $250,000 and it's 100,000 square feet. Bonding and allowing bidders that can engage in these contracts by moving some of that bonding language out of there. We're in agreement with this. At the 11th hour, we're coming to terms to say we know how important this is, and whatever changes you guys are going to make at this stage, we're okay with them. The only thing we want to do is make sure that we get to a vote today. I believe that even with the concerns by the ABC, contractors and us, which are the labor unions, have been able to reach amicable terms, ones that benefit both the town and the residents. So thank you very much for your opportunity.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Is there anybody else that would like to wish to address the board on any of the resolutions?
Good afternoon, Bob Panchak, resident. I'd like to welcome everybody to, the town of Riverhead has a new supervisor. Let's see if we can get an apprentice program approved. Back when Phil became a supervisor, we had all these guests come out and try to sell us a apprenticeship program. 10 years later, when Sean became the supervisor, we had the same thing. And now that Laura's our supervisor, we're doing it again. As a small business operator, apprenticeship programs, because of the Department of Labor rules and regulations, it becomes a little bit difficult to maintain the program. The type of work that we do is similar to the type of work that town employees do, the highway department, building and grounds, and it's a little bit odd that the town board would want to put these regulations on us when they don't want to do it themselves.
Good afternoon, I'm Ken Labona. This apprenticeship program is absolutely fantastic. There was two little boys sitting here with their dad before. What happens if they don't go to college? They want to get a job in something, but they're great with their hands. They fix everything. It is an apprenticeship in various trades that they can get into. Maybe their dad can get them into the electricians, of which I'm a retiree. And you're looking at an old man here whose education is in nursery management and plant production. But I had a chance to get into the traffic signal industry, which didn't have any apprenticeship. There was no schooling for me. I learned on-the-job training. Eventually, I was in the union, yes. This is not about unionism. This is about jobs. This is about keeping people here. But as I say, eventually I was able to take courses at the union hall that helped me further my knowledge. This is also a toolbox. Another tool in your toolbox. Town of Riverhead. You have more control over your construction jobs. If another contractor comes along and he says, oh, I'm small, I can't do that. Well, he's got to do that because he's got to keep up with the code. Every year, the electrical code changes. And I can't tell you too much about it, but I know from my own experience that the manufacturers would come in and tell us all about this new technology they had with traffic signals. I wouldn't have gotten this anywhere else. So my son, who, John is now a foreman for a large electrical corporation in Nassau County, I'm not gonna name it. John graduated from high school, he went to Farmingdale, and he was on the dean's list the first semester, and he did not like Farmingdale. He stopped, he came out, he went to Alfred State. Again, electricity and electronics. Now, these young guys are gonna laugh at me, but you know why he left there? He was on the dean's list. He says, Dad, the alcohol and the sex was unbelievable up there.
All right, that's it, your 5 minutes is up now. Not going any further with this conversation.
The father looked this way when he said that. But he came home, and he went to work for a contractor that was unbelievable. John learned nothing in a full year except how to goof off to a point and things that were wrong. Now, John went to work for a very long, now he got in the union. The father did not help him because there's 4 contractors and 4 union brothers that sit on the examining board.
We just have a few other people that wanna comment, so just.
Okay. And he made his way. Even when he had inspectors on the job that commented about what kind of job he did because he learned correctly in his apprenticeship program.
Thank you very much.
Go for it, guys.
Thank you.
Go for it.
And if you would leave the address on my desk of where the school
No, I'm
is.
not.
I think my second's on one.
Okay, Jimmy. The next time you have a question about a traffic signal, make sure you come to me.
Okay.
John McAuliffe from Rolling Woods in Riverhead. Good afternoon. I wanted to comment on Resolution 632 about extending the term of the town supervisor, to see if there's any further discussion about it now that would be useful. On the surface, it seems to make a lot of sense and would help to make the electoral periods sync with the way work is done in the town. What I wanted to actually raise, which may or may not fit in this resolution, but might fit within a similar process, is an experience of the towns where I formerly lived and the river towns in Westchester.
This is a publish and post to consider.
This isn't a public hearing.
So that it'll publish a post for the,
Okay, maybe I'm not understanding what you mean then, because, well, the one sentence I'll finish is simply that in those towns, it was found that moving the town elections to coincide with the federal elections increased significantly the number of people voting. In this case, noticing that there were about 9,500 people that voted in the last town elections, or about 15,000 in the previous federal elections, and if this process, which leads to this resolution, might also encompass that topic, I think it would be helpful to increase the involvement of people in the town.
okay, thank you.
Wish it would.
Would anybody else like to comment on the resolutions? Seeing nobody, we will move forward with the resolutions.
Okay, resolution 604.
It's you, Jim.
I know. Well, you can take 2 hours. Alright, 604 is 2017 hockey rink resurface project 70166 closure. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 605.
CDBG 2017 program budget adoption. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 606.
Authorizing removal of fixed asset records from system, so moved.
Seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 607.
Grants excavation importation permit as provided by chapter 229 to Riverhead Development LLC Popeyes Restaurant. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Also already doing it, yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 608.
This grants the excavation exploitation permit as provided by chapter 229 to the Riverhead Commons LLC. So moved. That's you, Jody.
Second.
Moved and seconded?
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 609.
Oh, you got this one.
Yeah. Ratifies the authorization for co-sponsorship of Art in the Park Festival of Light on August 9th through 11th.
Is this?
Authorizes. Should say,
Okay.
mine says authorized.
I must have that. Okay. All right, before we go forward with, let me just make sure what is in the packet. So is the one in the package for the title is authorized, and is it 9 AM to 10 PM, or is it from 5 PM to 10?
It's 5 p.m.
5
to
p.m.
10 p.m.
Okay, so the amendment will be from 9 PM to 10 PM? 9 AM to 10 PM, and that second resolved is taken out in the copy that everybody has, correct?
Yes.
Okay, all right, so then,
So authorizes the co-sponsorship of Art in the Park Festival of Light on August 9th through 11th, 2018, September 15th, 2018, and October 20th, 2018, from 9 AM to 10 PM. And that's amending the resolution from 9 AM to 10 PM, where it reads 5 PM to 10 PM. With the Riverhead Business Improvement District Management Association Incorporated in Grangeville Park, authorizes the supervisor to execute a license agreement with designated craft food vendors, alcohol vendors, and other parties, suspends enforcement of Riverhead Town Code Section 205-3, public consumption and open possession of an alcoholic beverage, as solely limited to the aforementioned dates, time, and place of the Art in the Park Festival of Light. I move it as amended.
I second as amended.
moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes, as
Hubbard.
amended?
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 610.
Give me a second. There we go. Authorizes funding application to New York State Division of Homeland Security for funding for cybersecurity enhancement. So moved.
Seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 611.
Budget adoption to expend Suffolk County award of HUD home grant funding. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 612.
Authorizes the purchase of a 2019 AT-37G articulating telescopic aerial device, bucket truck, for the use of the street lighting division. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 613.
Approves the attendance of one police department employee to the New York State Police 2018 homicide seminar. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 614.
Approves military leave of absence for a police officer. So moved.
Seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 615.
Amends resolution 565, and it should say 2018. As amended, so moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 616.
This accepts the retirement of a maintenance mechanic 3. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes, and thank you to Alan Hatcher for his years of service.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 617.
Ratifies the request for a leave of absence, so moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 618.
Appoints a part-time maintenance mechanic 1 to the seniors program. So moved.
Seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 619.
Appoints an assistant town engineer, so moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yeah, he passed the test and he's doing an excellent job, yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 620.
Accepts the resignation of a senior citizen aide. So moved.
Second,
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes, and we wish Darrell well.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 621.
621, this one is,
Make a
asking
motion to table it?
Table it, yeah.
Okay,
No, to rescind it.
Withdraw it.
To rescind it and withdraw, okay.
Is it rescind or withdraw?
I told you to take, I wrote table, please.
Yeah, no, Bob, we rescind it, right? Then no, it's for,
Withdrawing,
is it a withdraw or rescind, it same thing?
The person turned the.
You can't rescind, but you can replace, right?
So with withdraw, right? Okay.
Okay.
So first and second to withdraw resolution 621, appoints a temporary part-time laborer.
make a motion, we withdraw this resolution.
Second it?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution 621 is withdrawn. Resolution 622.
Adopts a local law to amend chapter 301 of the Riverhead Town Code entitled Zoning and Land Development, Article 12, Article 52, Commercial Solar Energy Production Systems of the Riverhead Town Code. So moved.
Seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes, after I go to Roman numeral school.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 623.
Classifies action pursuant to SECRA, issues negative declaration, and grants special permit for Jamesport Vineyard Bistro Edition, 1214 Main Road, Jamesport, New York, SCTM number 668-1, 12.1. So moved.
I'll second it.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 624.
This extends the bid contract for printing for the recreation brochure. So moved.
Second,
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 625.
Corrects bid award for janitorial supplies, so moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 626.
Ratifies the appointment of a seasonal recreation aide to the Recreation Department. So moved.
Seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 627.
Ratifies the appointment of seasonal recreation staff to the Recreation Department. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 628.
This appoints a call-in registered nurse to the recreation department. So moved.
Second,
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted.
Wish I had one of
Resolution 629.
Establishes sewer rent for Suffolk County Tax Map Number 600, Section 82, Block 3, Lot 6, former Mercy High School. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 630.
Authorizes sewer district employees to attend course. So moved.
Seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 631.
Authorizes town clerk to publish and post a notice for request for proposals for update of town freshwater wetland inventory map. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 632.
This authorizes the town clerk to publish and post public notice to consider the adoption of a local law entitled Local Law to change the term of office of the town supervisor from 2 years to 4 years. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes to the public hearing.
Wooten.
Sure.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted.
Voted down 5
Resolution
times, but-
633.
Thank you. What was that? What are we doing?
633.
Authorizes the supervisor to execute professional services agreement with East End Accounting Services Corporation. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 634.
Local law to adopt amendment to procurement policy pursuant to general municipal law,
As amended.
as amended.
To remove,
What page is it?
it is under guideline number
Guideline
5. And it is the 6th sentence from the bottom,
Oh my God.
where it reads, the failure of the contractor and or subcontractor to provide the required certifications shall disqualify the contractor. We're going to remove from bidding on, striking from bidding on, and it will continue to read, saying,
Being awarded.
disqualify the contractor from being awarded or performing the construction contract, or from the subcontractor being approved as a subcontractor on the construction contract.
Just removing the words from bidding
From
on.
bidding on.
Where is it in there?
That is under guideline number 5,
Yeah.
6th row from the bottom.
Got it.
From bidding on.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what you're removing. Okay.
You can bid on it, just can't get it.
Motion as amended.
Seconded, as amended.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Well, it's great to see our union brothers and sisters here today. Certainly as a retired teacher, I'm pleased to move forward with anything that is, a measure to, have a more trained, educated workforce. I also think this is a great tool to keep our young people here. So it's a great day in Riverhead, and I'm proud to vote yes.
Hubbard. Hubbard.
I will vote yes simply because it's a great program. There's a number of young people that come out of high school and they're not college material. Or they could be college material, but they don't wanna go to college, but they're excellent with their hands. This provides a trade, a career, and an opportunity for them to live, buy a house, and be part of the Long Island economy that we all know is so very high to live in. So, yes, to an absolutely great program.
Giglio.
And I just wanna say, I, wanna thank the union leaders, and I wanna thank the small business owners. We've had several meetings, several phone conversations over the last few days. I know that you have all stressed to me that you will work with me in the town to make sure we're creating a symbiotic relationship that will in the end be in the best interest of the town, its residents, business owners, both large and small, and the people are trained, have good high-paying jobs, and continue to live and raise their families here. We need to promote high-paying jobs in the apprenticeship program, which affords opportunities for many. Riverhead is one of the highest taxed, most in-debt towns in Suffolk County. We are also the holder of the largest tract of undeveloped land on Long Island. I hope that as the votes are cast today, this town board can agree we need to work together toward the development of EPCAL, both during construction and to create the jobs thereafter. EPCAL is the perfect fit for the apprenticeship program. You can't open a door you're not willing to walk through, which is why I vote yes and support the apprenticeship concept entirely. So my vote is yes, my door is always open, and I'm always available to talk to people.
Wooten.
I expect you to hold your applause till I'm done speaking. No, hey. As a past president of a union, I understand the need for union. I remember that since I've been living with this longer than anybody at this table, I can tell you there was some unfair playing field 5 years ago. The Department of Law, the Department of Labor was not so free-willing with the program, which really put an unfair balance in Riverhead. That's been corrected. That's been corrected. So I can feel confident going forward now. And it's not so much, there are people that are good with their hands, manual labor, absolutely. But there's education in trades, there's a decent living to be made, there's a pension to be had, there's some medical, which is always a concern. And that all creates a sustainability on Long Island, where our young people don't have to go vacate to find a place where it's maybe a little greener, because it's not so expensive to live. But the quality of work is the second part of that. The quality of work and professional work ethics that come along with well-trained people, and people who take pride in their community because they're able to work here and live here, goes a long way. And then there's always an argument that costs will go up and costs will go up. Well, as long as there's a competitive bid process, that keeps itself in check. I'm not worried about that at this point, but I've always been in favor of the apprenticeship program, and now that there's a fair playing field and the numbers are good, I certainly support it, so, yes.
Jen Smith.
I'm very proud to be sitting up here saying yes to this, and thank you to my fellow board members for supporting this. I think we need to train our next generation. We need to be able to have our families be able to stay here. We need to be able to have our kids that are graduating from high school and looking for what to do in their life, to be able to stay here, to work here, to raise their families here. So I think that this helps that, and I'm very happy to vote yes, so.
Resolution adopted. We'll move on to resolution 635.
Ratifies acceptance of donation of plants from Riverhead Home Depot. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
I wanna say thank you to Home Depot that because they donated the plants that, we planted over at the row station. And I hope people drive by there and look, because it's stunningly beautiful.
Hubbard.
I vote yes.
Oh, sorry. Hubbard.
Yes, and on regards to the donation of plants, I apologize I couldn't be there, but I appreciate the board members that were there and the people, the volunteers that showed up. The place looks great. It's one step in the right direction, and we keep it that way, and like other things, it grows and continues to move on down the road, and I applaud you guys for going and doing that. Nice job.
And we hope it grows.
Yeah.
With careful watering.
Gotta get water.
Giglio.
Yes, I wasn't able to make it there either, but I did see everybody out there and planting, and I talked to Jim, and he said it was a great turnout, so thank you to all the volunteers, and great job. It's looking better down there, and hopefully we can just fix those train schedules and get those trains back on Friday nights.
That's a whole separate issue.
Yes.
Okay. Wooten.
Well, not only the plants, and I don't wanna expound too much, cause we all know it looks beautiful down there, but it's not only the plants, but the workers that Home Depot brought, and the mulch, and the marble stones, and the unions that were down there, and Catherine and Laura, and you had the community garden people there, and Townscape there. I mean, it was really.
It was a community effort.
Laura's office was there, we had more chiefs than Indians sometimes, but she was right on task, and it was a good morning. It was really, it was people take pride when they see something nice, they're less likely to dirty it up, so it sets the whole stage, so.
It was a good move in May from the
thank you,
supervisor's
Home
office,
Depot.
worked very hard.
I vote yes.
You vote yes. Okay. Jen Smith.
And I vote yes also, and once again to Home Depot, I mean, even on Saturday when there wasn't enough of something, they were running their trucks back and forth and getting whatever else supplies we needed, so, it really was a community effort, and it was so nice to see, and I have to say that, you know, I go down there and of course check every day, and there's actually people around there wandering around, they're helping pick up trash, help keep the area clean, so, I thank everybody for doing that, and I hope everybody continues to pitch in and help keep the area beautified, so thank you, and
Okay.
yes.
And resolution adopted. Resolution 636. No, 635.
I'm I'm sorry, I'm so excited, I went way past it. 6:36.
Not getting out of here that quick.
It rescinds resolution 591 of 2018 and cancels the public hearing regarding an alleged unsafe and abandoned structure located at 42 Zdunkel Lane in Riverhead, also known as Suffolk County Tax Map number 600-42-1-12. So moved.
Second?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 637.
Adopts a local law amending chapter 301 entitled zoning and land development to add article, you know what that is?
42.
42, transfer of development rights, it was a quiz. Of the code of the town of Riverhead. So moved. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 638.
Eventually.
That was a long one, huh?
It is a long one. Oh, okay. Approves extension of performance security posted by Manzi Homes East LLC in connection with the residential subdivision entitled Old Orchard at Bading Hollow, road and drainage improvements. So moved.
Seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 639.
Approves the application for fireworks permit of Bading Hollow Club, Saturday, August 25, 2018. I'll have to remember to drive out to Sund Avenue, these are amazing fireworks. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Okay.
I was thinking about doing them all together, that's why.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 640.
This approves the chapter 255 application of the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation for the CF Cycle for Life, Saturday, September 15th, 2018. So moved.
Second?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 641.
Approves the chapter 255 application of Jeffrey Leak for the 20th annual car show at Halleckville, Sunday, September 16th, 2018. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 642.
Approves the Chapter 255 application of Halleckville Incorporated, the 38th Annual Country Fair and Craft Show, August 25th and 26th, 2018. So moved.
Seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 643.
Approves the chapter 255 application of Bold Broadcasting LLC Holiday Light Show at Long Island Sports Park. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Not until they come in compliance, no.
Giglio.
I have to kind of agree with you. I'm gonna vote no.
Wooten.
Ooh, I sort of like the idea, yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 644.
Approves the chapter 255 application of the Mexican Folkloric Dance Society of New York, live bull riding rodeo festival. Okay, Sunday, September 2nd, 2018. So moved.
Second?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
No, for the same reasons, until they come into compliance, I can't support any endeavors they have up there.
Giglio.
No.
Wooten.
Ooh, boy, oh boy, oh boy.
This is an additional day to, an event we had already approved, I believe, correct?
We did one for an event this month, and then this is for a second night.
One crowd managed for 250 people. I just read that they were coming, that the copy was.
If you'd like, Jeff
I'm gonna vote.
Murphy, if you'd like to know where they are in the status of their application, you can.
He came to work session on Thursday and said they've done nothing.
I confirmed this morning with planning that they still have not complied.
You can't speak from the audience,
Yeah,
we've
we're
already
gonna
had
vote, yeah.
comments on the resolution, so we're voting on them now.
Two ambulances, I'm gonna vote yes.
Okay. Jen Smith,
Yes.
resolution adopted. Resolution 645,
Approves the chapter 255 application of the Long Island Moose Classic Car Club, car show Sunday, September 9th, 2018. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 646,
Approves Chapter 255 application of Polish Town Civic Association Incorporated, Polish Town Street Fair and Festival, August 18th and August 19th, 2018. So moved.
Seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 647,
Approves the application for fireworks permit of Riverhead Raceway Incorporated, Saturday, August 11th, 2018. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 648,
Authorizes on-site production to provide additional audio-visual production services for Cardboard Boat Race 2018. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Laura's gonna win her trophy back.
Either that or I'm going down with the ship, one or the other. Better win it back.
Sorry,
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Wooten.
I'll make a side bet. I vote yes.
Jen
All right.
Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 649,
Approves chapter 255 application of the Railroad Museum of Long Island, Wooden Toy Train Play Days, August 25th and 26th. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 650,
Authorize a professional services agreement for upgrade to the Town of Riverhead Geographic Information System, or GIS, with Lyro GIS and Survey PC. So moved.
Seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 651,
Authorizes town clerk to publish and post public notice to consider a local law to amend chapter 301 entitled Zoning and Land Development of the Riverhead Town Code. 301 attachment 3 Commercial District Schedule of Dimensional Regulations. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 652,
Authorizes the supervisor to execute an agreement between the town of Riverhead and the county of Suffolk to accept funds from Suffolk County Office for the Aging for the purpose of supplementing the town's nutrition program for the elderly. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 653,
Wait a minute, that sounds like 60 pages.
Is it really 60 pages?
53, yeah.
Oh, these county contracts.
That would be me. 653, right?
Yes.
Yep. Ratifies execution of MOU with Civil Service Employees Association Incorporated, Local 1000, AFS, CME, AFL, CIO, Riverhead Unit of the Suffolk Local 852. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 654,
Yeah, you're still gonna wait a minute. Go through the contract.
Exactly.
Holy mackerel. 18, what is it? What are we up to? End of what? Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Ratifies Plant 15 budget adjustment, construction of concrete, ground storage tank and booster station. So moved.
Seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 655,
Order calling public hearing regarding proposed extension number 91 to Riverhead Water District, Pulaski Street. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 656.
Authorizes Riverhead Water District employees to attend water treatment plant operator 2B certification course. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yep.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 657.
Resolution 657, we would like to just amend the wording. Do you wanna do your handwriting, or you want me to?
Well, it's, I mean, if you wanna pass that around, cause I didn't have a chance to,
Okay,
I got news of this just as we were coming in, so I mean,
The only thing is here, what about if we just did this? It says, the town board hereby rescinds resolution 674 retroactive to the date. 67. Would that,
I mean, it's the same effect, I mean, the bottom line is you're rescinding the prior. 467, you're rescinding it because he timely filed his request before his effective date of retirement.
Request what?
To
Somebody-
postpone the retirement,
it's
to not
somebody,
retire,
yeah,
correct.
somebody put in a retirement, they want to rescind that, but it wouldn't be postponing the retirement, it would be rescinding the
Right,
request.
no, just lost the way.
So that's where we're, so it would be rescinds resolution, 467, and now therefore be resolved that the town board hereby, rescinds resolution 467 retroactive to the date.
And it would not be ratifying, because you're actually, what you're just doing is rescinding resolution.
Right, so we ratify.
467 in its entirety, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
From the date of
Right.
adoption.
So it would just, Bob, are you okay with it being written like that? Does that make
We're
sense?
just gonna rescind it in its entirety, right?
Yeah, okay.
I'm okay with it that way. I made a lot of different changes, but that's okay, but.
We see that. There's circles, there's cross-outs, there's green pen everywhere.
There's arrows.
Here you go, Bob, you can have that back.
Okay, so the resolution 657 would just be rescinding resolution number 467,
Right.
Correct.
okay? And then the now therefore be resolved that the town board hereby rescinds resolution 467 retroactive to the date.
Yep.
So that would be the amended, so can I have a first and second for that?
I am going to rescind resolution number 467 as amended. So moved.
And I'll second that.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Phew, yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 658.
Pay the bills. So moved.
Seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted.
Got some off the floor, take off the floor.
Where'd they go?
Yeah, so, do you want me to take this start? Diane, I don't know, there's a couple that are coming off the floor. Can I have a first to take resolution 535 off the floor, which is approves the chapter 255 application of Church of the Harvest Family Fun Day, Saturday, August 25th, 2018. This is one that they had put through, but we had waited for the, parking district in the bid. It was going to be in the, south, parking lot downtown, and we just wanted to clear that first before we approved it.
I move we take resolution 535 off the floor.
I'll second
I
it.
think we're taking it off the floor.
Well, we're gonna
Cause we had
untable
tabled it last time, right?
Moving to untable it.
Right.
So first and second to take it,
We're untabling.
to untable it?
I make a motion that we untable resolution number 535 of July 3rd, 2018. So moved.
Seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution 535 is untabled.
Now you move all three of these.
Now you gotta move it.
I take all three off the floor.
Let's, we can just do them one at a time.
Do you wanna just pass this one first and then we'll move on
Yeah.
to the other two? Okay, can I
Appro-
have, okay, go ahead.
Approves the chapter 255 application of the Church of the Harvest Family Fun Day, Saturday, August 25th, 2018. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
This is for the adoption, right?
Yes.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted.
Okay, so now we have two resolutions left that have to be on tabled, is that correct? Is
No,
that-
they have to come
Taken off.
No,
Taken
come
off
off
the
the floor,
floor.
but that's 659 and 660, that's it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So can I have a first and second to take resolutions, 659 and 660 off the floor?
I move we take resolution 659 and 660 off the floor.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution 659 and 660 are taken off the floor.
Okay, so do you wanna, I don't think we can call it.
Okay.
Off the floor. I'm about to hit the floor.
Resolution 659 authorizes waiver of 30-day notification required by the New York State Liquor Authority Riverwalk Bar and Grill Incorporated. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
I am going to abstain, I don't have an ethics opinion on this yet, and I own the building, so this is my tenant, and I will abstain from the vote.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 660.
Rescinds resolution number 572 of 2018 and withdraws request for bid proposals for signage utilized by the town of Riverhead. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Third time's a charm. Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Not happy.
Yes.
Resolution adopted.
Did we get all of them now?
I think that's it.
Yeah, okay. All right. At this time, if anybody from the, would like to come up and address the board on any issues, please come.
Sal Mastropolo, Calverton. I've got something interesting to discuss. You know, we keep approving all these bistros, okay? And we have the cider house, which put in a rather large eatery, okay? And a lot of these places are zoned agricultural, which gives them an unfair advantage over the restaurants in the town from a competitive point of view, because they're taxed as agriculture, whereas the restaurants are taxed as retail or commercial. Maybe we should start looking at, as we approve these special permits, to put in some kind of a taxation clause that they should be paying for the portion of their business that's not agriculture, okay? Now, we approved the Jamesport Vineyard Bistro, and that's probably,
That
Right.
actually does pay, it pays as full in the RCL, it's not part of their ag district.
okay,
That, so they're actually fall into exactly what you're saying.
okay. But what about, the
The-
cider house?
The cider house, I do not know exactly how they're
That's not
assessed.
They're not, I don't-
We should look at that.
No, I think they're paying full tax.
warehouse.
Yeah, I don't
Full
think
tax
they're
what, as an ag?
No.
No.
Okay, then I don't have an issue.
Yeah, like $90,000 a year in taxes the cider house is paying.
Okay, thank you.
Free apples through the head. Only kidding.
Free apples for the teachers.
John McAuliffe again, this time in my more appropriate role for the Coalition Against EPCAL Housing. I sent this morning to everyone links for two stories from the Miami Herald that I wanted to note. One is entitled "American Dream Mega Mall is Trying to Oust the Only Commissioner Who Voted Against It." This is the big project that the Jamasians are undertaking in Miami. This is but even more as a salutary note, or a cautionary note rather. The second story, he backed the subsidy ban for American Dream Mega Mall. Now he's targeted for defeat. Not sure that this story is hard to understand, but I think it's saying that someone who supported their getting the approval to put in their mega mall had the audacity to say that he didn't think there should be any public financing, and he would oppose public financing. And at that point, after having commended him, the Germasian family shifted money over to sponsoring an opponent. As I say, the story isn't clear. I printed out both of them. I'll give them to Diane, but the links are in the note I sent you. Finally, I just wanted to ask for an updating on where we are on the various balls in play. One being the issue of the financial report that was approved that the board was asking from 555. The second is the status of the report from the ethics board. And finally, if you have any indication on those other two things, whether you can predict when the Q&E will actually come to debate and vote.
Well, I don't have an answer for when it will come to, debate and vote for the Q&E. We are waiting on the two other things. We had sent a letter, out to, Cat, requesting some of the financials that we had not previously received. We did receive a response for them. We have not had a chance to meet as a board, or meet with our attorneys about that this past week. Several of the board members were on vacation, so we are hoping to meet with them this week, to review that. It has not been reviewed by the complete board at this point. And as far as.
And can you share with us what they said, or are you?
Well, we haven't reviewed it completely with the attorney. I mean, basically, we had asked them to provide us with the financial documents that are listed in the resolution, for the Q&E. They have come back and said that they will provide some of them, and to provide a complete, accounting possibly of everything that we requested, but that will be up for further conversation. So that's just a broad overview of that, but we really need to sit down and hash it through with our financial administrator and our attorneys before we can comment any further.
But the core issue of their willingness to pay for it, has that been resolved?
It has not been resolved.
Okay.
And then as far as the ethics board, they are still out and have not come back with a decision. I spoke to our attorney who works with the ethics board today, Mr. Howard, and asked him if he could please reach out to the ethics board and just ask for a possible update, or any kind of, just if they could make some sort of comment back to give us some sort of time frame of their schedule. So we haven't received that back yet either. So we're waiting on both of those.
All right. Well, as this process is prolonged, I want to throw in an idea that has been discussed privately, which is if the board gets to the point of action, that the action might in fact be referred to the people of Riverhead through a referendum that could go out in the general election in November, and actually get the view of the people of Riverhead on whether or not they think making this kind of deal is in the interest of the town.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Hi, I'm Greg Fisher, resident of Calverton. My first comment is as a consultant through SCORE, Service Corps Retired Executives, U.S. Small Business Administration, Department of Commerce. One of the things we do is set people up in business, but the other thing we do is turn around businesses that are in trouble. And I've had several Main Street businesses come to me in recent months, and one of the issues with their businesses and the turnarounds is how much food they can sell. Restaurants are having a problem. So we're suggesting that they get apps, no different than some of the bigger chains, for pickup. So you order something on the app, you've paid for it in the app, you drive by and pick it up. Unfortunately, there really isn't the parking on Main Street to do that either. So I'm requesting that the town consider creating pickup-only spots. So no parking, no standing, but you can stop to do a pickup. Therefore, they can sell more food via these apps. Right now, they'd have to stop in the street, or they'd have to go down a side street or something and block traffic. It's difficult to give them the advantage of technology. So in the next review of parking on Main Street, if you would consider please to mark some of the spots for pickup only.
You're saying there's a desire for downtown Main Street restaurants to do takeout services?
Yes, and now I will in future board meetings bring some of these business people here.
Awesome.
We
So I
hired,
Long before the next meeting, trust me.
we hired a parking consultant to do a parking study, and we had
Yeah.
our first meeting about 3 weeks ago,
Okay,
and a
good.
lot of the business owners were there.
Okay.
So, they haven't mentioned it yet, but I'm sure
Well-
that upon our next meeting they will.
Okay, well, I can encourage them to do that. The ones that are seeing me, I don't see them all, just the ones that come for help. So, great. You're on track to doing something that's good. The second thing is, as a person who owns multiple properties in Riverhead and is a taxpayer and citizen, there's something we have, which is we have single-family houses, but they're really multi-family houses, and we're having a hard time determining which are which. So they are multi-family houses de facto. You're able to get, from Freedom of Information, the count of children picked up at any house. You can't necessarily get their identities, but you can get a count. So at 1, 2, 3, whatever street, you can determine that there are 6 children being picked up there, or 7. So by that, you can do a de facto assumption, rebuttable, that the parents of the children or the guardians could bring in proof that they were all of one family, but you could do a presumption that that is a multifamily house. And that's
I'm
one.
gonna say my father came from one of 14.
Right. So that would be legal. It's a rebuttable presumption. So you presume all of a sudden that it is, but then.
And I used to be a school bus driver. I try not to presume anything because I know what that spells.
Yeah.
But the problem is that they don't do house-to-house pickups with the buses. They gather them up at.
Yeah, that is a problem too. That's another angle. But in some cases, they're at the house. So that's I'm just offering that.
I'd rather just count garbage cans on a Monday morning.
Or satellite dishes, or, yeah, there's a lot of ways, but that is something that does show itself. And what's happening in my neighborhood is there are actually people driving in to drop children at stops, and then when the bus leaves, they leave.
I see that.
So that's an issue too, but it's a big deal. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, one more time. As President of the Building Trades, it is my pleasure to go ahead and thank you all for what you've done. 18 years in the making to make sure that an approved apprenticeship program is available to your town. It resonates with 60,000 members, 60,000 spouses, and each one that has 2 kids. You're looking at 250,000 people and families that can go ahead and benefit from this. But in addition to that, it's everybody else that's doing it. I'm glad that you guys see the big picture. It is overwhelmingly supported by everybody in the building trades, and I want to let you all know that you have a partner with the building trades. At any extent, if you have any questions, if you have any programs that you're looking to move along and you need some advice, if you need some consulting, feel free to pick up the phone. I'm there 100% for you as you were there for us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We look forward to seeing the first graduate buy a house in Riverhead.
It's already
Yeah.
happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anybody else that would like to comment? Seeing nobody else, could I have a first and second to close the town board meeting?
Motion?
No.
Motion.
I don't wanna leave.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So carried.
Give me a business card so I can business card.
Ooh,